Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of B.S.ing Sports here on the B.S.ing Network, where we do a little BS and we talk a whole lot of sports. If you guys have been paying attention, Ryan was already on a show this morning doing quarterback tiers for fantasy football. If you have not had a chance, please go check it out. As always, thank you, at least the last 3 weeks. Thank you, Orphan Rivers, for the intro music. Scotto, again, we appreciate you, bud. With me, Ryan.
Maybe it'll be easier to thank him once he moves to, the area. So.
He is moving to the area, yeah. So Scotto, looking forward to that as well, buddy.
Yeah, you'll actually, remember to do that every time. But now you've been better the last 3 weeks. What hasn't been better the last 3 weeks is my Immaculate Grid score. It's the, 8-game winning streak, Bills cruising. Nothing can stop you on Saturday shows, I guess.
You can't hear that, right?
What?
You can't hear that, right?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
My yard guy's cutting something outside this window. Sorry, continue. My bad.
Yeah, so we're good here. So maybe get a bounce back today. Who knows? Gotta put an end to this before it gets double digits, because then it's just embarrassing.
You have a slightly favorable grid. There are 2 teams on it. It's not 100% statistics. So, you have a shot at it this week. Your boy Tris probably could be in here somewhere.
So for those listening, we're doing the Immaculate Grid again. If you have not been tuning in, the Immaculate Grid Challenge. So we have a 3x3 square, totals 9 squares. And you must find a player that fits each square based on the categories set on the outside of the square. Bill and I have a rule where we cannot use the same player. We can't even guess the same player. So even if I guess a player and get it wrong, Bill cannot use that player if it fits a different square. The end result is determined by rarity score in the event that we should tie, which we actually did, not on live show, but when we were playing offline the other day. The tie will be settled by whoever selects the rarest person. So today's grid, down the left side, we have New York Yankees, Cleveland Guardians, and a Cy Young Award winner. Yep, there's the proof right there. We did tie 372.
Ryan ended up winning on that.
Must have been a team in that first row there, because that you didn't get.
yeah, no kidding, right?
So down the left side, we got the New York Yankees, Cleveland Guardians, and a Cy Young Award winner. Across the top, left to right, we have 200 career wins, Silver Slugger, and a 6-WAR season. So for
let's get it kicked off,
yeah. For the Cleveland Indians, I guess it is the Indians, considering who I'm going to guess. I'm going to go Bob Feller for 26%.
I better get these names that I know out of the way very quickly. I'm going to go Jose Ramirez for Indian Silver Slugger. 18%. All right, not starting off great so far.
Yeah. So back to me.
That's a great point, Ken Brandt. For those of you who don't know what WAR is, Ryan and I have explained it several times on the show. But WAR is wins above replacement players.
And to attempt to handcuff Bill, I am going to use CC Sabathia and 6-WAR season for the Cleveland Indians, which is a 2%er. And good luck with 200 wins on the Indians there, bud.
Yeah, no, you ain't wrong there. All right, well, 6-WAR for the Indians. I'm going to go Kenny Lofton.
That's a good one.
6%. Right now, Ryan's winning.
It is not me winning right now. Right now, you're at 24. I'm at 28.
No, okay. Well, math is hard. How many times we got to go over this?
New York Yankees, 200 career wins. I mean, I'm gonna try Whitey Ford for 17%. The chairman of the board.
I'm gonna go Andy Pettit, same square. 12%.
Okay. Still within reach. Yankees 6-WAR season. Gonna go Roger Clemens. He did not have a 6-WAR season with the Yankees.
What?
Makes sense. I don't think he had. Maybe his. Oh, you know what? His Hall of Fame, or it's not his Hall of Fame. His Cy Young season. It was like 5 point something.
Okay, well, that's surprising to me because I also would have assumed Rocket filled that square out. Silver Slugger Yankees. I'm going to go. He did it a few years ago. DJ LeMahieu.
Yeah. Yep, he sure did.
2%. You got like the obvious ones there, but
good pull, good pull, good pull. I'm going to go Gehrig for the War Square, 7%. Get a little recovery there.
I'll go old as well. Same square. I'm going to go Roger Maris.
Yep.
3%.
Okay.
Man, he's an ugly son of a bitch, wasn't
he? Oh, man. Cy Young, 200 career wins. Let's see. Flip a coin.
Yeah, I mean.
Let's see when Cy Young came out, actually. Just curious. 1956. Okay, so got some time there. Cy Young, 6-war season. Cy Young and Silver Slugger. That's going to be an interesting one.
I think there's only like
probably only a handful of people.
Yeah, 10 maybe max.
Yeah. That's the square I'm going to look to attack next. Good hitting pitchers. I don't think he would have done it. Silver Slugger came out in 1980. Cy Young came out in 1956.
I'm pretty confident that 2 Braves pitchers did it in the 90s.
Yeah. I'm also pretty confident in that as well. I know he did it, so I'm going to go him. No, he did not. That's interesting.
I think it was the other. I think it was the other 2. So I'm going to pull Glavine because I think he did it, or I'm pretty confident he did it.
He might have. He was the other one that I think I'm confusing Gold Glove.
Ooh.
Yeah.
25% on Glavine there.
Yeah, that's probably going to be the most common guess. 200 wins Cy Young.
Hold on.
Going to go Palmer. Oh, yeah, Jim Palmer for 3%.
It's a good pull. That Cy Young 200, I'm going to go Pedro. 7%. Not bad. Not great, but not bad.
Cy Young 6-war season, I'm going to go Halladay. Because as you can see, big Roy Halladay fan for 2%. Bill has a chance to go 9 for 9 here.
I don't. You took CC from me. I have no idea who I'm putting in that square. I'll sit here and ponder it the rest of the day.
There is another name.
Steve Carlton. 2% on Steve Carlton, 6+ WAR, Cy Young.
I think you just guessed him.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I think you just guessed him. Let's see. Silver Slugger, Cy Young, Silver Slugger for the Indians. I mean, did he do it? Jason Giambi, Silver Slugger for the Yankees. My final score, 259. So it looks like Bill's got this one again. We'll see how he does if he can fill out this square, though.
I'm going to go with Big Sexy because he pitched for so many teams.
That's actually the name who I thought of, and I was trying to throw you off by saying Carlton.
9 for 9, baby. I didn't know if he ever pitched for the Indians, but he pitched for so many damn teams that, like, take a shot, right?
I think he won his Cy Young with the Indians. Let's go over the summary real quick. How many people fill out that bottom middle square? 7.
There are 7. Greinke, 34% would have been the most common.
I was thinking Greinke too, but I think I got my Gold Gloves and my Silver Sluggers confused.
Oh, good. When you pull it up, but Baseball Reference blog says error not found.
That's how rare it is.
Well, we know at least Glavine and Greinke did it. I think Smoltz did it too, and if I'm not mistaken, Arrieta did it a few years ago.
Yeah. All right, time to hop to the next game.
Yeah, moving off this one. Let's move on to Pickle. Let me share my screen. That's right. We're in a circus over here, people. In a circus. While Ryan is stepping out, I would like to remind everybody that if you have not been doing so, or if you have not done so, please go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel. We are doing a giveaway regardless of the amount of followers we have. We are giving away this rookie card, 35-year anniversary Ellie De La Cruz card. It's in fantastic shape. We might throw a couple of other cards in there. Haven't really decided yet. But all of them are in hard cases. All of them are in penny sleeves. So you're good to go there. Please just go to YouTube and subscribe. All right. So if you've been following along, Pickle, we're going to use yesterday's player. I forget who it was. Do you remember?
Yesterday's player? Was it Sale?
That's right. It was Chris Sale. So Chris Sale was yesterday's player. And per the rules that Ryan and I have made up for ourselves, that's the person we have to use first for today's grid. Fantastic. The only thing we know is that he's 35 and he was born in the USA.
Not a lefty. So that rules that out. Not a pitcher.
And he's not in the NL. So it'll be an AL team.
He's not in the NL, and he's not in the AL East. So it's AL Central or AL West.
Correct.
AL West, old players. Anthony Rendon, about 35.
$34. You want to rip it and see if.
Nah, yeah, let's do it.
Okay. So
AL
we got
West.
right, AL West, USA
Not
born.
third
We know he's
base.
35.
Cool.
Yeah. How old's Mike Trout? Oh, it's not with the Angels, so it doesn't matter. So skip past
Yeah.
that.
Altuve?
Mariners. Altuve's a good guess. Is he right?
Yeah.
Not born in the US.
34. It's not Verlander.
Scherzer?
No, I think Scherzer's older than that.
39, yeah, okay. We could rip Scherzer and see. Well, no, we know it's not a starting pitcher, so never mind. Don't even do that
We
anyway.
don't gain anything from that.
Yeah.
Let's see. So who we got? We got the Rangers. We got the Astros. We've got the Mariners. We've got the Athletics.
The Athletics.
Let's see. So let's go with.
You want to? It's not a starting pitcher, so never mind. I was going to say Michael Lorenzen, but that doesn't check out either.
Yeah. No, I have a feeling it's on that team, though.
I also have a feeling it's a Ranger. Yeah.
Yeah, something's telling me it's a Ranger. Is it Nathan Evaldi? No, Nathan Evaldi's a starter. Is it? Let's see, so it's some old infielder or old outfielder. For the Oakland Athletics, let's see.
I want to know if it's the Rangers.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it's not the Rangers. Okay.
So let's just guess. Let's guess an Astro.
Kyle Tucker. No, he's a right fielder, so that doesn't matter. Jordan is a left fielder, but he's pretty young, and he's a left-handed bat.
Yeah,
so
Jordan's like 26. Try see, Gurriel doesn't play for them anymore.
USA born. So
Ken Brandt asks a good question. Is it a current player or an old player? It's always a current player, and they have to currently be on the major league roster. So, like Jose Abreu, who was an Astro, does not qualify.
Correct. Yeah. However, who's playing first base for them now?
Is it White? I think that's his last name.
No.
I don't know who's playing first base for them now.
Who's catching for them?
Maldonado? Type in Martin Mauld. No, he's in Chicago. Man, this is beating our ass today. All right,
it really is.
Let's guess random. Oakland Athletic, Houston Astro,
or
just
Seattle
pick somebody.
Mariner, right?
Yeah, just pick somebody.
All right, I'm gonna go Jorge Polanco. Doesn't really fill out anything, but we'll at least know if it's in Seattle. It's not Seattle, so Oakland or Houston. Oh, look, we answered that question. Switch hitter. It does come up orange or gold, whatever.
Yeah.
Let's see. So it's not Seattle. So it's Oakland or Houston. Old players on Oakland.
Everybody's old on Houston.
Yeah. Only some of them are born in the U.S., though. Second base. If we guess second base, we just did. Okay.
Oakland starting pitchers.
J.J. Bleday.
It's not a starting pitcher.
26.
Young, but
lefty. Yeah, no, it's not even. That wouldn't even unless we. I guess it would help to know whether it's the Astros or Oakland, though.
Yeah, might as well. We got the guesses. Might as well use them.
It's the Astros.
Yeah, makes sense. There's a bunch of old dudes on the Astros.
I didn't realize he still played for them. Still too young.
Yeah, that's why I didn't guess Bregman. Although I feel like he's been in the league for 85 years.
Yeah, right.
I was about to say, is it Hader?
No, lefty. It's got to be righty.
Oh, yeah, that's true. This is a humbling game.
Yeah, I like that Jake said that the other day. Chas McCormick.
Young, super young.
29, yeah, okay. Greg Kessinger.
Is it Kendall Graveman? No. Too young. I know who it is. It's Ryan Presley. The guy who lost his closer job to Josh Hader.
Yeah, okay. Ryan Presley. Yeah, relief pitchers are not going to be my bag. That's entirely you. 100% you. All you.
I'm like, man, who is old on that team? I kept thinking Chris Davinsky. I was like, no, he doesn't play for Houston anymore. I'm like,
Ken Brandt, you said Mickey Moniak. We had already established that he was going to be an Astro. Thank you, though. So it would not have been.
Right, so MLB news and updates. We go through our standings, talk about big things that are important, and then we move into Three Strikes trivia at the end of the show.
Standings.
Things that are important. Let's address this before we even talk about the standings. With Garrett Cole on the mound, back from in his fourth start, back from rehab. Back from a rehab stint, my bad. Let me clarify that real quick. That sounded bad. Back from a rehab stint in his fourth start back, the Yankees are 3-11 since Garrett Cole came back. So the Yankees were balling out without their ace, and now all of a sudden, their ace is back. We can't do any wrong. They have hit a funk, and the Red Sox, who they're playing today, are scorching hot.
7-3 in the 10. Speaking of the Red Sox, yeah. Also, the Red Sox have really come on with the run differential. A couple of weeks ago, we were talking how they were only plus 18, and now they're plus 43. So the Red Sox have not only started to pitch better, they're hitting the crap out of the ball.
Well, the pitching was pretty good all year. They just had no hitting to save their life. But it's interesting. I called the walk-off home run last night by Yoshida. I was looking at Jake, and I said, it'd be pretty cool if he hit a home run here, huh? And he goes, no way, man. Yoshida's only got 3 home runs on the year. This game's over. And then Yoshida goes deep, ties the game. He FaceTimes Monty, And he goes, man, Bonnie, I turned it off. And I was like, I told you all that was going to happen, man. This Yankees-Red Sox rivalry has been no joke for years. So, I mean, the AL East is just competitive.
It's funny that you mentioned that.
Except for, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Except for it's funny that you mentioned that. Trey Turner had 2 home runs last night. And before the second one, I looked at my wife and I was like, I think he's going to get another one here. And sure enough, next pitch, 10 rows deep.
And then Will Smith went deep 3 times yesterday. And Rhys Hoskins did a grand slam. A lot of web gems yesterday.
The Brewers have like 7 grand slams this season.
Yeah, I think they lead the league.
They have a plus 74 run differential, which is nice. They're 6-4 in their last 10. They are pulling away from the Cardinals and the Pirates, though.
Let's reiterate how amazing it is, how good they are, because like we talked about it, you lose Brandon Woodruff for the season. Corbin Burns goes to Baltimore in the offseason, and your best pitcher, is Freddie Peralta, and no offense to Freddie Peralta, right? Like, you're looking down the barrel, and it's like, man, I don't know how this is going to go. And you're 52-37. You're crushing the NL Central, and you're 6 games behind the Phillies, 6.5 games behind the Phillies for best record in baseball.
Yeah. Yeah. John Ferris, you are correct. The Pirates went off yesterday as well, scoring, I think,
they hit
14 runs.
2 grand slams last night as well.
Yeah, I don't know why the screen is doing that. I apologize. I don't know why it's moving. There's probably an ad trying to pop up, and I can't say it somewhere. But yeah, so again, Philly's still best record in baseball at 58-30. The next best team is the Baltimore Orioles at 56-32. And then you got a couple of other 50-win teams in the Cleveland Guardians, again, Milwaukee Brewers, and obviously the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Yeah, Dodgers.
How much you want to ton of standings?
Yeah, let's scroll down real quick. Talk about the NL West. San Diego Padres coming on hot, 49-43, 8-2 in their last 10. Do they catch the Dodgers at the end of the year? The answer to that is probably not. Do they secure a wild card spot? I think they will. Absolutely. I think it's funny, though, how I saw multiple posts complaining about the expansion of the playoff format and how the Padres were a sub-500 team in May and that they were going to make the playoffs. And it's like, guys, it's May.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
They play 162 games for a reason. Teams that are 500 in May won't be 500 at the end of the year, likely. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, because it does happen, but I'm saying it's unlikely.
Yeah, and then, the NL Central, I think, is a total wash, right? I think the Brewers win that very handily. I know the Cardinals have played more consistently over the last month or so to kind of get themselves, 5 games above 500, as you can see. But I just don't have much faith that the Cardinals have the ability to catch the Brewers or even get a wild card spot. I just don't like the depth on that team.
The Reds are such a unique team, right? They're 4 games under 500, 9.5 out of the division, but they're plus 20 in the run differential. Like, they're hitting the crap out of the ball. Their pitchers just giving up a ton of runs.
Yeah. And then convert, the inverse of that, right? Like, you've got the Cincinnati Reds pitching well, which is surprising because Great American Ballpark is a known launching pad for decades, but they can't hit. Outside of Ellie De La Cruz, who, by the way, made one of the more selfish plays in baseball that I've ever seen yesterday.
I missed that.
They can't hit. Yeah, so down by 3 runs in the 9th. Okay, Ellie De La Cruz, leadoff batter, gets on first base. Attempts to steal second. Down by 3.
That it?
Yeah. Think about the whole scenario, though.
Yeah, you're down by 3.
Yeah, in the 9th, and you potentially run yourself into an out, knowing you as an individual don't really mean a whole lot. It's not like you're the tying run. Yeah, that move was interesting. So,
gotcha. NL East, real quick. Again, Philly's best record in baseball, plus 119 run differential, 10 games up on the Braves in that division. Then moving to the AL West, Mariners are leading that division. We talked a few weeks ago if we thought the Astros could catch them. Yeah, I'm looking like I was really wrong when I said no, because they are only 2 games back on the Seattle Mariners right now.
Yeah, Astros are scorching hot, 8-2 in their last 10, and I mean the offense has really come to life here. Pitching obviously has been better over the last month and some change too, but um, yeah, I still think the Mariners are the best team in that division, but I think they need a bat if they're going to really hold off the Astros from coming back. Right, the Astros have so much experience on their roster.
Yeah.
I do think that the Astros' time is obviously a little shortened. I don't think, that they're the same, top tier AL dynasty team that they were, a couple years ago. Altuve's aging a little bit. Bregman, yeah, he's only 30, but he's been around a long time. They have some obvious holes. Obviously, the pitching staff, not getting any younger either. But I think they could compete for a wild card spot, despite the fact that the AL Central is, I mean, unbelievably good.
Yeah, which is where we're headed right now. The Cleveland Guardians at 54-32 are 6 games up on the Twins, who are 10 games above 500, and 8 games up on the Royals, who have kind of calmed down a little bit. They're 500 in their last 10, at 48-42, also above 500. But yeah, the Guardians have played extremely well. Jose Ramirez is having a phenomenal season over there. His brother Bo, sorry, wrong, Naylor. Bo Naylor's having a great season over there. Josh Naylor's having a great season over there. The Guardians are just playing really good ball right now.
Yeah, I mean 4-6 in their last 10, but don't get it twisted, right? Like they 21-15 against teams that are above 500. Which, I mean, if you look at their counterparts, Minnesota and Kansas City, that are chasing them in the division, they're both sub 500 in that category. So that they have a clear leg up over those two teams as far as not only are they winning, but they're beating good teams doing it.
Correct. And then Ryan already touched on the New York Yankees kind of faltering here. They're now 3 games behind the Baltimore Orioles. No more technicalities. The Orioles just have a better record. And yeah, then you got the Red Sox, 9 games above 500, the Rays at 500, and the Blue Jays 10 games under 500.
Man, Blue Jays, looked like they had a young core that was going to take them a distance a little couple years ago with Biggio, Bichette, Guerrero Jr., Teoscar Hernandez was over there. It just hasn't formulated anything. So now you got to ask the questions like, when do you start moving off of these players?
Yeah, you've already moved off of Kevin Biggio. And I mean, when he came up, there was a lot of hype following him, obviously because of his dad, Craig. But you've already moved him to the Dodgers, where it looked like a change of scenery is what he needed. I think his average has come up to closer to 200 now.
Yeah, but the 3 guys that were the youth, sons of former MLB players, right? Like it just hasn't panned out for them. And Nate Pearson was supposed to be one of the top pitching prospects in baseball.
I remember, yeah.
Years ago. Then he came up, he ended up needing Tommy John surgery, and I don't think he's come back since. That was 3 years ago, maybe. So, that they just haven't panned out. And it works out like that sometimes. But I don't think the Blue Jays organization can hold on to these players any longer. I think now might be the time to at least consider, see what's out there, see who's calling, see who's interested. And if I'm the Mariners, I'm calling about them.
Yeah, the Mariners need bats. So you might like your young core there in Seattle, but you need some hits.
I am typing up the banner for the 3 strikes trivia question. That being said, you have something for me.
I do. I came across it last night. It's just a little picture, and it's got most All-Star game starts by position and the player that did it. Can you name 3 for any position on the diamond?
Most All-Star game starts by position?
Yes.
Cal Jr. at short.
That's 1.
Is it Michael Jack for third?
It is not. So that's strike 1.
Then it's Brooks Robinson.
He and another person, yes. So I'll give you Brooks Robinson.
Okay.
That's the only position where 2 people have the same amount, and it's with 11, by the way.
Okay. Let's see. Center fielders. Who played for a long time? Let's see. Do they have the individual outfield positions like divided up, or do they just have outfield? Okay.
They are divided up, but all 3 of these guys played center at one point.
Carl Yaz?
No Yaz. So that's strike 2.
Okay. Mays.
Mays, they have him in center, but yeah, Mays.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, there's 3.
That is 3. You're right. Okay.
Let me see how far I can keep going.
Okay.
Is Clemente on there?
He is not.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, that didn't go very far.
All right. So to round it out, you got Ted Williams in left with 12, Mays in center with 18 starts, Hammer and Hank in right for 14 starts. Then Wade Boggs was the other third baseman, 11 starts.
Okay.
You obviously got Cal Jr. for 14 starts. Roberto Alomar, second base, 9 starts. Rhino ties him, second base, 9 starts.
Okay.
And then Steve Garvey at first with 9 starts. Don Drysdale, lefty Gomez.
I would have never gotten Steve Garvey.
Don Drysdale, lefty Gomez, and Robin Roberts all have started 5 All-Star games.
That's impressive for a pitcher.
Yeah. Pudge behind the plate. Ivan Rodriguez, sorry.
Yeah.
Pudge behind the plate with 12, and then David Ortiz DHing with 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I like it.
So your 3 strikes trivia question. Who was the last player to have over 100 RBIs but less than 10 home runs in a season?
Brandon Phillips.
Strike 1.
Okay. What's my clue?
This will give you a hint as to the era. This may surprise you a little bit. This happened in 1996.
Less than 10 home runs and 100 RBIs.
Yep.
1996.
Tony Gwynn. It is not Tony Gwynn. I was surprised that it was that recent.
Okay.
I was. Hall of Famer elected in 2004 that played for 3 teams.
It happened in 96. And he was a Hall of Famer in 2004. Kenny Lofton, which is wrong.
Strike 2. I will
Strike
give
3.
you 4. I will give you 4 guesses. Like I will give you another guess because I don't have a foul tip question prepared for you today. The last hint I will give you is that he led the AL in hits 3 times in his career, including that season. He played his entire career in the AL. All 20 seasons.
Edgar. It was not Edgar. Got it.
Hold on. Nope. That is, 4th strike. Unfortunately, the answer is Paul Molitor in 1996 had 9 home runs, 113 RBIs, led the league in hits with 225, hit 341, on base percentage of 390, slugged 468.
Those are really good numbers considering he didn't hit a bunch of bombs.
Did that at 39 years old. So he's like the Alec Boehm of the 90s, I guess, where, every time somebody was in scoring position, he got a base hit. But yeah, so I thought that was interesting. I read that yesterday and I was like, duly noted.
Fix this real quick. Save. Yeah, so the All-Star break is coming up, obviously. Alec Boehm has elected to, speaking of Alec Boehm, elected to play in the Home Run Derby, which I think is interesting because, as you just pointed out, he's not a guy with a ton of pop. He's just the kind of guy who can pepper the gaps and get on base when other guys are on base. I think he's hitting 345 in his career with runners in scoring position. Like the dude is a stud when there's guys on base. Other announcements for the Home Run Derby, or people who have said that they're going to do it, are Gunnar Henderson and there's one more that have already announced it. I don't have it off the top of my head. I do apologize here, fans. But yeah, so Gunnar, Bohm, and we have one more guaranteed. They did change the rules a little bit for the home run derby this year. There's going to be a number.
Like the old format better.
I do too. They keep changing it. They kept reinventing the wheel, and I don't know why. There's going to be a cap on how many pitches can be thrown to a hitter. I don't know how they're going to do that. If a couple of them are bad, like I don't know how they're going to regulate that. Something like that. I don't know. They keep reinventing the wheel. Thanks, Dad. Bobby Witt is the other one who's announced that he's doing it. And yeah, again, if it's not broke, stop fixing it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I missed the Josh Hamilton home run, the home run derby, or the Bobby Abreu home run derby, where dudes were hitting like 30 home runs in a round.
Yeah, you don't get that anymore. It's really taxing on the body. I bet they're doing it to try and act like it's the protection of the player for the protection of the player.
Back to your stat. In his career, Alec Bohm is a .319 hitter with runners in scoring position. He actually has pretty much like a season's worth of stats. So he has 603 plate appearances with runners in scoring position, 518 at-bats, 200 runs scored. So I'm assuming they probably factored in like him being in scoring position, but I digress. So in 518 at-bats with runners in scoring position, he has 13 home runs and 236 RBIs in his career.
It's pretty good.
Less than 100 strikeouts too.
It's pretty good. Good.
Very, very good. So Alec Bohm, but interesting that he, just decided to participate in home run derby. I thought that was kind of odd. Yeah, thoughts on the new home run derby layout from John Ferris? Yeah, I'm not a particular fan of it. I wish they would just go back to 10 outs, right? Like, Why are we trying to speed up the All-Star game events? Like, people come to watch this stuff and have a good time. It's not serious.
People go to the home run derby to catch home run balls. You should want more of them, not less of them. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, and, you don't get these historic performances like you did when people hit 32 home runs in a round. Exactly. I think all it does is generate less talk, less news, less attendance, less interest in the event. It's like if you're just going to change it, get rid of it.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, the All-Star game doesn't even weigh on who's the home team in the World Series anymore. Like,
I thought that was always kind of an interesting, like, I guess it's a dilemma, really. Like, imagine, right? You're because they have the managers of the previous year's World Series team, right? Like, say you're Tony Lavella, right? You're the Arizona Diamondbacks manager, and you manage the NL roster this year. Now your team's not in contention for a playoff spot, so what do you care?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
On the flip side of that, you're Joe Torre and you go to back-to-back World Series several times or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And you keep you
have an invested
vested interest. So I always thought that was an interesting dynamic. I brought it was interesting, but ultimately I feel like that it is better that they got rid of that at least. Because there may be, like you said, conflict of interest or lack thereof, and it, I just don't think it created what the game's supposed to be about, and that game's supposed to be for the fans, right? You're supposed to have the best, most exciting players out there, the guys who are most deserving for from the first half of the season out there playing baseball, so the fans can watch.
Yeah. Also, I want them to go back to when they're wearing the team jerseys. Get rid of these new ones. I'd rather than wear their own jerseys.
Yep, I do miss that as well. To own jerseys, own hats, represent your team in the All-Star game.
Yeah, exactly.
It should be whatever jersey they want to wear, though. So if they want to wear the powder blues, if they want to wear the creams,
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
They want to bring back this here red one, whatever.
Yeah, I think that we've kind of gotten away from like the All-Star break, like being a good time for the fans and the players, right?
Correct. Yeah, exactly.
That's the direction I believe it's heading. I don't think that it's going in a good direction.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, we got anything else?
Nope. Call to the bullpen.
Sounds good to me. Thank you for joining us here on the B.S.ing Sports. Wow, man, I screwed that one up. Thanks for joining us here on B.S.ing Sports, part of the B.S.ing Network, where we do a little BS and we talk a whole lot of sports. Thank you and have a great day.